Why am I here? Sometimes we look for ourselves in unfamiliar places because of desperation, because of wanting answers, ultimately, because we owe it to ourselves to do so. This series was born from that search, but it's not about giving answers. It's about asking the kinds of questions that pull something honest from within. It's about listening closely, following the thread, and seeing what reveals itself when we stop trying to control the outcome. Today, we're meeting with Patti. Patti redirects people inward in their search. She's a spiritual teacher, a soul coach, an author, and one of only 6 people trained directly by Dolores Cannon in the Quantum Healing Hypnosis technique. I went to Patti looking for a more direct path to my soul, to see what I might be missing, to find out who I am, what this world is, and how I'm meant to show up in it. Patti has guided hundreds through that same question. So, for the sake of a fun, an abstract place to begin, here's Patti.
It started from when I was ill 30 years ago. I wasn't this person yet. I was focusing on being love deprived. So my liver shut down completely because the liver filtered their toxin in the system, but my liver could not filter anymore. I call it emotional baggage. So it stopped working because I focus on being love deprived, focus on the negative emotion, all the negative thought I was having about the world, about everything in my surrounding, and about myself, did not feel worthy, did not have their good self-esteem. So when it came to the time when I was dying, the doctor told me that, Patti, you're literally stressing yourself to death. And I totally agreed. And ever since then, I realized that I need to do something. I was 35, I'm 65 now, so half of my life after I experienced the illness, it led me into learning a lot of these beautiful, phenomenal teaching from so many people until I ended my last stop with Dolores Cannon and her work.
So it sounds like you had a recognition that you had this emotional baggage that you were carrying around, and that manifested into your physical body and created an illness.
Yes, it doesn't manifest overnight, right? It accumulates over time. All the time I was feeling the negative emotion, but now I feel so free because I feel like I turned myself into the essence of love. Just from my journey the past 30 years. And I read a lot of books during that time, took a lot of workshop for the training, and a lot of good teachers. And I realized that everything has one thing in common. the energy. So I learned to focus on the energy within. And that
Yeah.
energy that we get to feel in the heart always start from the way we think, from our own belief system. Every thought that heart accepts becomes an emotion and turns into feeling. If we have negative thought, of course, we feel in the heart. And it direct into the whole system in the body. That's how we get ourselves sick. Because when we have negative emotion, the heart shoot out, the body reacts. This is when the body reacts with the adrenaline that's starting to shoot out. And of course, it's negative energy that destroyed healthy cells in the body. So when we start feeling the love, the joy, and think the thought and believe that we are a part of that energy, the heart accepts just like that. And we can heal ourselves because the body reacts with endorphin, dopamine, serotonin, oxytocin, and regenerate healthy cells in the body. We get ourselves sick, we get ourselves well by changing the way we think, change our belief system. And I came across that thousands of times already from helping people. Seeing that thought process that's not healthy and engage people to see things from a different perspective, from their divine, authentic power within. It's all about love. Self-love is the most important love of all. And that's something I was lacking of. But now I'm filled with love.
I know that for a fact. I know that for a fact. When I first met you, before we had a session together, I walked into the room of someone who was just radiating, and it's a different experience. You know, it's different when you meet somebody who has gotten to a place like that. But I'm sure that it was a journey to get there. And I'd be curious to learn a little bit more about where you were as a person before everything went south from a health perspective. Were you spiritually inclined? Did you believe in God? Did you believe in a higher power? Anything like that?
No, I was confused. I was very, very confused because I was born in Thailand. I lived there for 17 years and I've been here 48 years now. And Thailand is has a very strong foundation of Buddhism. But I went to Christian school, Catholic school. So the two teachings really confused me. And I did not know about the spiritual um, teaching other than what I was exposed to. But because the conflict within the two really confused me so much, and I did not know what to think, what to believe yet, until I came to this country and I realized I thought there's only one Christian religion. And I'm not a religious person. I'm just using what happened, the information that I experienced back then. I thought there's only one religion. And I realized that there are more than 300 branches of Christianity. Once I live here, the teaching is still the same. And then I realized that the teaching from Buddhism, the teaching from Christianity, the same thing. To love, to have compassion, to forgive, to have self-awareness. And once I'm fully aware of the teaching that the same, I focus on the teaching, not the alteration of what I thought I suppose to learn from. I'm thinking back 30 some years, 40 some years. So I'm kind of um, have that confusing feeling toward that old part of me still. But the new part of me, I feel so free.
Mm-hmm.
I believe in one unity consciousness of love. And every religion teach that, but we need to bypass the bypass the teaching that been altered by mankind and focus on the true teaching. That's the same.
There's this amazing quote. It's a Taoist quote, and they keep referring to these teachings, right? Words we use to describe enlightenment or unity consciousness as fingers pointing at the moon, right? A lot of us are trying to point at the moon, but most people get hung up on the finger. And that can be the religion, but ultimately it's a distraction from the essence of what's behind all the language, all the religions, all the philosophies, everything we talk about. And I fundamentally agree. And one of the things that you brought up was that how our thoughts and our beliefs impact our experience, right? Impact our energy. And that's what transforms who we are. And beyond that, once you've found something that grounds you in a sense of unity consciousness and in love, a belief like that and a construct like that brings you into what you describe as the new Patti, right? The new version of Patti.
Mm-hmm.
And I would never want to tell anybody that they have to believe in one thing or another. But the beauty is everyone can test for themselves and experience for themselves. And so with wisdom like what you're offering, I think it's worth exploring, right? This potential alternative where we can go and reside in a place that gives us a sense of grounding and a sense of peace and love. Like what else could one ask for? I'd be curious to hear a little bit more about what that initial transformation was like, right? So you got to a place where thoughts, feelings, beliefs were weighing down on you, obviously led to some health problems, and that probably is the case for most of us today.
Yes. This is my unique journey that my soul planned before I came down here on earth. So when I was ill and when I learned that the stress really the major root cause of my illness, and I realized that I need to meditate. I did not meditate that much back then, only when I feel like I need it, when I had the time to, and I realized that I need to meditate more often. So I start practicing meditation right in the hospital state, and I could feel and see and have proof within me from the blood work that um, things, the inside count, bilirubin count, stop escalating. It froze. So when I came back home, my intention, I feel like, well, the doctor can't help, I'm dying. Meditation gonna be the only thing I have left. So
Hmm.
I start practice meditation and it's an intention. And that's how it started.
Hmm.
And I was healed, miraculously healed. Went to the doctor for checkup. The doctor giggled nervously. Oh, you are doing amazing, amazingly well. Whatever you've been doing, keep it up.
Hmm.
Yeah, I did not know what I did until I look back. I saw myself in the past life that create a major, I called it karmic entanglement with others. And in this lifetime, they followed me to help all of us end it. It's done. We
Yeah.
all jump off on little karma.
Yeah, that's beautiful. And when it gets to the subject of past lives, karmic, impulses that we feel, and releasing the trauma that's pinned to those experiences, how do you communicate that to somebody who isn't really privy to the idea or the concept of past lives?
Well, we respect everybody's free will, right? Sometimes we can spoon-feed information to people, but sometimes if they're not open to it, there's a time and place that we have to wait for somebody to be ready to wake up to that. Just like the client I just saw a couple of weeks ago. So this client, he lost his wife and he grieved so much because he said he loved her so much. It's why he grieved so much. And his own emotion, he could not endure. Many times he wished that he could join her on the other side. And he described how he was not spiritual. He was using only the left brain, did not believe in anything. And because he was a military officer and only trained to believe in what he was told, that logical. And 2023, his loving wife passed away. And through his grief, he's starting to look for help, spiritual help. Did not understand it until he came across the psychic medium because he felt like he was desperate to find the answer. So when I put him under hypnosis, we tapped into a few past lives and all the questions that he wanted to receive the answer all about his late wife. And we learned that he lived 107 lives with her and as loving as this lifetime. And usually he would leave the earth before her. But this life, they had a new agreement that she will leave the earth before him because he signed up for a mission to be of service, to help people. During this ascension term, to help people ascend, that's the only way in the agreement for him to recognize his own greatness and turn into a more spiritual being. And that's how he started his spiritual journey.
Mm-hmm.
And we learn so many things through his session. We get to talk to her on the other side. And one thing, this is the highlight that really helped him choose to stop grieving and focus on love only. We learned that when you love somebody so, so much, when you lose them, you feel the need to grieve as much. That's not how it works. How it works is that you can choose to stop grieving the love that you have will not die with the grief. Actually, it helps you maintain and strengthen the connection with your loved ones. When you stop grieving, it doesn't mean that you stop loving.
Mm.
And once he learned that, it was just so amazing. When we finished, he was so ready to rock and roll, to help
That's
others with
yeah.
Ascension, help people dealing with the grief, The same way, when we stop grieving, it doesn't mean we stop loving. But when we stop grieving, we can stay connected. So the energy of love that we have with someone so much stronger. And we learn that her energy is still in him. His energy is still in her. So now the two of them are doing the spiritual work together to help humanity dealing with grief.
Yeah, I mean
Amazing.
that's
That's
it's amazing, and it's really beautiful. Like what a romantic story to be doing this cosmic dance with another soul. And when we first started talking, one of the things that you brought up was how our belief systems can give us a universe to live in to some degree, where if we open ourselves up, right, if we open our belief systems up, some people are accessing states of consciousness that reflect an experience much larger than this one lifetime, right? They're able to see a broader stroke, a broader picture. And for many, and what seems to be clear across all the clients you've seen, all the clients Dolores has seen, and all the individuals who are QHHT practitioners, is those who get to a particular state of consciousness have more access because they've been able to open up their hearts in many ways, release their energy in many ways. And that could have been grief, that could have been some type of suffering, some type of illness that took them to the point of desperation where they're willing to be open to anything, any possible way to help them climb out, right? To help them ascend. And it's so clear to me that that's almost part of the scientific method of awakening. We have to go through something that redirects us, that makes us open to anything, so that we can finally embrace that type of light.
by doing that alone, we already tap into our own greatness from the collective consciousness from the right side of the brain, because we have the left, we have the right. The left is for thinking, it's for the ego, the little self. The right is collective, the higher self. The collective divine self, the love, the peace, the joy that once we tap into and align with it, we are being one with that divine self. But if we still give the power to it, the little self like to think and want to be able to comprehend. This is not something that the left brain, the little self, can comprehend.
Right.
Nothing logical about that. It's just something beyond the five senses, something beyond what we have been told. And all things are possible. There's no expectation, right? Whatever it is, that would be the highest possibility for that day in the session, the highest self selected for someone. That's the way it's supposed to happen.
Yeah, I think it's so necessary that you break it, you contextualize it in left and right brain, because I used to self-identify with my intellect. And so the power and the inertia I use to study and learn and know things or collect information and facts was what I identified as myself. So I could forget things and feel like I've died, right? My ego would feel like it's died or lost some of its, value or meaning because of the diminishing of facts. But then when you look at the actual experience, you realize that we're much greater than just what the intellect is, what the memory is. We have this full spectrum of experiences that we can open up to. And the one that's most readily available for most of us will be the emotions, right? So the emotional experience. And so to be clear, a lot of people are probably coming to you because they have some type of emotional block. And so, what you like to do on the front end is sit with them to raise their vibration so that you can get past those. And then, when you have your session with the people that are coming to see you, they're able to access these higher states of consciousness. Is that right?
Yes, I help them find the love within them, within themselves, and learn about the self-love. When you were talking about the intellect, isn't the left brain, right? We learn everything intellectually from other people. And that's how we can comprehend, because everything is so logical, the way we learn it intellectually. But I help people to remember to tap into the wisdom in the right brain. This is not from the intellect. This is from the intelligent side of the brain. The
Mm-hmm.
wisdom that we already have is a common sense. That's not that common though. So, so we already have the inner knowing, the inner guidance. So when we tap into it, we call it intuition. And this is nothing logical about that. Wisdom helps us understand. The logical mind helps us understand.
Hmm.
Understand means we stand under something. Understand, we stand in our own truth. So we need to allow the wisdom. So with hypnosis, the conscious mind, the left brain, had to step aside and allow the wisdom self, the divine self to come through, to communicate with me. I only help making that connection. And then I use the list of questions that the client prepared to ask that question to the knowing. The other self, we call it the higher self, because the lower self doesn't know, but the higher self knows everything about the journey of each individual. Makes sense now, right?
It makes total sense, and I've directly experienced that in many ways, right? Sometimes I'll come up with answers to something, solutions, or sometimes I'll make something creative, and it won't come together, and it won't always make sense unless I'm both following my intuition and using the knowledge I have from my intellect. It's this
Yeah.
marriage of both that really shows off what we're capable of. Now,
So you were
you
talking about the left brain. I'm sorry, you were talking about the left brain, the intellect, right? If the intellect wants to have the control, it has the control.
mm,
It is a part of us too. Remember, we have free will. We can choose to give the power to it, the latent self, or to them, the collective divine self.
sure.
And that's
Yeah,
important for people to know.
absolutely. And people come to see you for many different reasons.
Yes.
We spoke to a lot of people come from for desperation. People like myself come to you for answers and clarity on the myriad of experiences we've had. Since this show's centered around purpose, purpose is one of the biggest questions I would imagine people come to you with. The big ones like, why am I here? What is life about? Is God real? Within the context of this world, what is the world doing? Where are we going as a species? And what is my unique contribution to that process? So can you talk to me a little bit about your findings after meeting with so many people who ask you those questions?
Yes, I learned so much from meeting with many people and get to hear the answer that their higher self gave them. It's the same thing. It's to love. It's everything back to love. We are here for two major reasons. Every lifetime, every carnation, still two major reasons. One is to evolve further. The other one is to be of service to mankind, to one another. And when we spell the word evolve, EVOLVE, L spells backward to
Hmm.
LOVE.
Hmm.
Evolve back to love, right? Who do we need to love? Ourselves, right? And overflow that love to others
Yeah.
organically. And then we can start being of service to others more effectively, more successfully. It's
Yeah.
love. How do we help one another? We just have to stay in our own light. Stop dimming it down. Stop thinking negative thought. Stop self-sabotaging self. Stop judging self and one another. Be more kind. Be more gentle. But doesn't have to be weak. We just have to work on ourselves first before we can help others. We have to fill ourselves up with that true love, the divine love, that we the one came in with that true essence, and all of us received the same gift from God. God is real. Through my work, yes, God is real. And many people get to experience under hypnosis what it's like being with God. So it's so beautiful for me to get to learn the same lesson from so many walks of life and the same thing. God is real and to love. And once we able to work on the self-love and no longer focus on the other two self, that we would hold only two self that we need to be one with, selfish or selfless. That's not true. Selfish are the kind of people who think of themselves first, second, and last. Selfless are the kind of people who think of others first, second, and last. We want to focus on the selfness that gave me, the source of knowledge gave me this word, selfness. Love thyself and overflow that same love to others. It's the energy that's in everything. We vibrate at different frequency and we have free will. We get to choose what kind of frequency we want to choose to vibrate in to experience love or fear, joy or sadness, right? We get to manipulate energy in this duality from dark to light, light to dark. So I help people see this foundation from the divine truth and encourage and suggest people to choose the highest vibration. First, to love thyself.
Yeah, a lot of your work to me wasn't about getting the answers that were in my packet that I listed off to go ask my soul. It was much more real. And that's something that I really appreciated about you. Seeing you was like that moment of sitting with the oracle, where it's not about what I went for, it's about walking away with exactly what I needed. And so it wasn't this, Scantron sheet where I went in with a bunch of questions and I had every single answer to them and walked away with that whatsoever.
To know
But it was
you, right?
right.
To know
But it
you.
right, which is hilarious. It's such a funny concept, right? To need this external mechanism to get out of our own mind just so we can allow ourselves to see what we are for what we are. But I want to say that there were a lot of experiences I'd had outside of light that I wanted to make sense out of, right? But in sitting with you and being in the light, which a place that felt very comfortable for me, you said that you are that light, right? You were experiencing you. And I knew it, but like I didn't feel it until I sat with you. And that little switch was all I really needed to realize that so is everything. So is everything. Because if that's if that's the one stream of consciousness that we're in, and we're all a part of it, there is no such thing. It's all just a spectrum, right? It's a spectrum of light. And the days to follow after our session, when I was sitting there and listening to our recording, one of the things I gathered from you was that the experiences that I had questions about was also me. It was my consciousness calling this to me, as it would be for anybody, right? And these are all experiences that we call to ourselves in order to evolve, like you said, in order to grow, like you said, in order to return to love, like you said. QHHT is like a Myers-Briggs on mushrooms. We go in with the intention to meet our true selves, but to see clearly, we have to let go. Let go of expectations, of logic, of doubt, of control. Because tools like hypnosis, they're just mirrors. Mirrors we use to remember our image. And even when the reflection is blurry, or warped, or uncertain, something inside us knows. That voice, the one that recognizes the truth, it becomes known to us. And once we hear it, we've met the ally we've been looking for. It's the voice that calls us on our bullshit, then straightens our collar and says, "Get up, keep going. You're not supposed to know yet." Because if you knew, you wouldn't climb with such hunger. Mystery, it leaves tracks, and you're Sherlock with a lantern. Keep going, and soon you'll see the magic I didn't want to spoil.
I see light.
Tell me about the light that you see.
I see. I'm not near the cloud. I kind of went to light. Went straight to light.
Tell me all about light.
It moves like nebulas. Some of them are brighter than others. And they're still a little bit hazy. But at moments it gets brighter, sharper, and more refined. It's moving, it's amorphous. Parts of it are static and not so clear.
Are you in the light or are you looking at the light?
Both.
So you are part of the light and everything outside light? I want you to sink deeply into the core of being in this light. I'm going to call back from 3 to 1. And on the count of 1, I want you to be at the core of the light and you can talk about what it feels like being in there. 3, deeper and deeper. 2, deeper and deeper. With every breath. 1, deeper and deeper. You are there now. Tell me what it feels like being in the light at the core of it.
I'm not at the core of it.
Where are you now in the light?
I'm deeper. But it's just warm. It's warm and I'm surrounded. And I can see that the light turns into the darkness in the distance. It's gradient, but it's one place. When I feel in my heart and put my awareness in my heart, I become it. But when I put my awareness between my eyes, I observe it.
And through your observation, what do you find?
I'm trying to connect them.
Tell me more.
Now I feel a pulsation in my third eye. It's a vibration. I feel like you can probably see it on my face.
Mm-hmm. Tell me more.
This experience has just been light.
Mm-hmm.
I never got on a cloud. I was just in light,
Mm-hmm.
to be honest.
What a beautiful experience.
Yeah.
Few people get to go there this quickly. So you recognize that you are part of this light.
Earlier you said, I'm the bridge, which resonated. Because when I look at the light, it doesn't feel connected to my day-to-day. My day-to-day doesn't seem connected to the light.
So when you see the light, what do you resonate with?
It just feels like the substance of all things.
Mm-hmm. You're one with everything.
Mm-hmm.
That's what light is all about. How do you feel experiencing your true essence? Does this give you the confirmation, validation you've been searching for?
I come here a lot.
Mm-hmm. Does it feel home to you?
It's starting to.
Mm-hmm. I want you to allow yourself to just be in the flow with this light. I would like to help you claim it, own it, embody it, and maintain it. But now imagine that this light that you are in, the light that you're observing, is only a little part of the origin of the infinite. I'd like to take this opportunity to invite the infinite, the origin of light, to join in with you, bringing in this light like a river, like a flood, coming in to your body through the crown chakra. Just trust it. Trust the knowledge the light will bring to you. Feel yourself fully connected with the light, with the infinite, and fully grounded with the new earth. I'm asking for all the 7 major chakras to be in line with this light now. What does it feel like to you now? Being a part of this infinite essence of light.
Expansive. I'm seeing a sun expanding from me in space.
Enjoy. This is how expansive you are. Enjoy the good feeling. Just relax in it. What is a life's purpose?
To remind everybody who they are.
About what?
That they are loved.
I'm sorry?
To remind people that they are loved.
What lesson is he here to learn?
Letting go.
It has to happen now. Is he willing to let go completely?
Yeah.
Wonderful. You would like to learn about his team mission, please? He experienced them. What insight do you have about his team mission?
I just see light. I feel light.
It's very powerful, like it's showing up to every answer to all the questions so far. Are you convinced now that you are that light in partnership with the powerful, colorful, beautiful light?
I know I am.
Just accept that. Accept what you know. Does he come straight from that light? Straight from source, from the origin?
It's all the same way.
Does he accept this divine truth?
Yeah.
So he never have any incarnation anywhere, just straight from the light. Will he accept that? And trust it?
Yeah.
No more doubt? Thank
No
you.
doubt.
Wonderful. Well, in that way it would be helpful to answer this question for him. To learn more about time. How does time work?
We create it.
What are we supposed to do with it?
Feel it.
And what to do with the feeling of it?
Break the cycle.
How would we break the cycle?
The loop of thought. Break it. You feel it.
What happens when we're able to break it?
You stand in the center.
And what happens once we stay in the center?
You become who you are.
Is it where he is now?
Yes.
Powerful self. Thank you. He would like to learn about things that he experienced in the past to have a deep understanding. What is the geometric from his experience?
It's all light. And we apply meaning to it as humans.
Who was the angel that showed up?
It was me.
How did it happen?
I made it happen.
So he can do it at will once he understands how to break the time, yes?
Yes.
What would you like to show him? A glimpse of the near future that brings him the most joy. Would it be helpful for him to see or not?
No.
Okay. We respect that. Well, he has a curiosity about his love life. Is there anything you can shed your light about it? It would be helpful for him to know about his love life.
So life is love.
In his soul plan, did he plan to have a soulmate to enjoy loving life with him in this journey?
The light just got so bright. The brightest it's been.
What does the light want you to know?
It wants me to trust.
So important. Do you trust or you still doubt?
I trust.
Wonderful. I'd like to help him receive this closure by his curiosity about her, though. What can you give him, what information you give him that can rest this curiosity and just trust and focus on the manifestation of that? I think it would be helpful for him to know about this.
The moment you let go of the things you love, the more present your love becomes.
So simple. He already knows it. You just have to trust it, right? Trust what he knows. Go hand in hand. Can you please show him, if it would be helpful, a place for him to live? Something aligned with his vibration. Where would that be?
It's just showing me my heart.
So it can be anywhere in the world where the heart is, yes? So simple. You do not need to complicate things anymore. So everything turn back to light and return back to light.
Yeah.
Send me the theme today for him to just be that light. Nothing more, nothing less. Here's another curiosity, please, about is there a greater teaching in Mendelbrot set that will benefit mankind?
He already knows.
Why did he ask this question when he already knows?
He wanted to be sure.
Now he's sure, yes? He can apply this to everything else that he already knows. claim it
believe
on.
in himself enough.
Yes. That is so important.
There's more work to do.
Mm-hmm.
You can open up your heart more
Mm-hmm.
through the realization that this is you.
Mm-hmm.
All of it.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be beautiful.
Mm.
It's never been done before.
Mm. So this is a very important realization, yes?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's why he doesn't need anything but just to accept his light and be in his light.
Yeah.
Mm. It makes perfect sense now to him and to Patti. Thank you. Is there any higher master he should receive guidance from?
This top of the sky is dark. There's a ring around it.
Mm-hmm.
It's foggy.
So what is the meaning? He is that master. Right? Just believe and trust and accept it. Will he?
Yes.
Thank you. What is the name of stage he experienced being during the Tree of Life meditation? Can we label a name on it?
The answer's in the question.
The answer's in the question. We would love to receive insight about the ET rays he encountered, please. What can you tell him about it?
I'm just seeing light.
So they are benevolent from the light as well?
Yes. Everything is.
Yes. Do you have a final message for Nitai?
Allow yourself to be one so that you can be everything.
What is the synchronicity of Nitai and Patti to be doing this work together today? Who made it happen?
I did.
Obviously. Thank you so much.